Alright y'all, so welcome back to another video. I appreciate y'all for tuning back in. I'm Chris. I resell full-time in Tennessee, and on this quick video I'm just going to show you guys 15 items that I found at the Goodwill bins that I plan on reselling on eBay, and also try to tell you what I think the item will sell for, and also the items are going to be fairly cheap, but I'll try to give you an idea of what I think the item cost. And so in this situation, this is just a Lululemon tank top. It's really light. Buy cost is probably under 50 cents, and something like this usually sells somewhere between 15 to 20 bucks, maybe more, but conservatively I'm usually able to pull in somewhere in that price range. And these are a pair of Dockers. These are the workday khaki slim fit. Usually I only pick these up if I find them new with tags. This is my first or my second time, probably in like the last month, picking these up new. And usually something like this from the bins costs probably right around 2 bucks. And I'm usually able to sell them for somewhere between 20 to 25 bucks. So that'll work out at that low rate. This is a pair of vintage Nike windbreaker pants. See the vintage tag, it's a men's large. These are the ones that's lined on the inside. Always get a question whether the drawstring is still attached. This one is. Something like this from the bins. This is a little bit heavier. It probably costs $2.50 on the buy cost. And usually I can get somewhere between 25 to 35 on something like this. This is a Ferrari polo. This is vintage. It's from 2002, but somewhere here on the tag you probably can't see it because it's kind of smeared off a bit, but it's from 2002, which is vintage now. Crazy, believe it or not. It's a men's XL. It's a little bit faded, just a little bit, but I think for the most part it's still pretty good quality. You can definitely tell that it was made pretty good. But anyway, something like this probably costs $1.50, $2 max, and I think comps had this selling for right around 20, 25 bucks. And this is a a vintage Christmas sweater. I know Christmas was just a month and a half ago, so maybe there's still people thinking about it right now. But anyway, this is a vintage gingerbread Christmas sweatshirt. It's from 1994. Let me see if I can kind of focus that in so you can see it. Yeah, there it is. But anyway, it's from 1994, and the brand is Jerseys. They make a lot of older sweatshirts, t-shirts, but probably $2.50 on the buy cost. And I was kind of playing around with comps. I couldn't find the exact sweater in this situation, but I think a lot of these were selling for right around somewhere between 30 to 40 bucks. I'm a shoe guy, so I do got some shoes in here. So this is a pair of Scarpa climbing shoes. I picked these up quite a bit just in recent years, but I can't pick these up now without thinking about the guy from the Netflix special. What's his name? Alex Arnold, I believe. The guy who climbed all the way up to the top of that tower, man, which was absolutely crazy. But anyway, these had the tag on them, but I listed them as pre-owned because it looks like maybe they were worn just a little bit and maybe they just kept the tag on them. So I just kind of wanted to basically over deliver and under promise. Didn't want to put them as new and then the customer gets them and says that they've been worn. But anyway, these probably cost right around 3 bucks, and something like this usually nets right around 40. This is a Nike Bliss Skort, and it's actually new with tags. I find new with tags stuff from the bins all the time. It's pretty common in lots of situations. It's from, looks like Nordstrom donated this, but anyway, it's $70 on the retail. And something like this probably costs, it's really light, 50 cents. And I think I probably can get right around maybe like 30, 35 for it. And so I've found thousands of Nike items over the years, but I don't think I've ever found this. So it's basically this Nike t-shirt. Everyone watches women's sports, which is women's sports have really taken off here in recent years, and I think they're picking up a lot of fans, especially like in the WNBA, other leagues. But anyway, this is really, Nike used really good material. It's really heavyweight, and something like this probably costs $1.50, and I think comps had this selling for pretty consistently. I think the sell-through rate on this was pretty close to 100%, for right around 20 to 25. So this is a pair of Urban Pipeline. I don't pick up a ton of Urban Pipeline, but what caught my attention on these are, they're the loose boot cut, a pretty decent size, a men's 36-30, and I think these probably cost right around $3. Comps had these going for right around 20 to 30, somewhere in that range. Got another pair of sneakers for you. These are a huge pair of 270 Nike, and somebody threw these back, and this happens all the time, especially at the bins. They got thrown back because the size is really big. It's a size 15. 15, selling them online here in America, usually no problem. Anything between 9 to 15, I can sell that routinely. It gets a little bit trickier once you get 16 and up, but even in those situations, you can eventually move the shoes. And these were in really good condition, and so I knew once I kind of got them home, cleaned them up just a little bit, I knew that this would be an easy $50 sale. And these are bigger, obviously, so they probably cost closer to like $4. So this item here is right on time from that Super Bowl performance from Bad Bunny. So this Puerto Rico t-shirt, and it's vintage. Makes me feel old. It's from 2002, which is vintage now. Crazy. But yeah, I found this one not that long ago, like right after the Super Bowl. I think the Super Bowl was Sunday. I think I found this one that week. And I think something like this, with all the hype from that performance, I think comps had this going for somewhere between 25 to like $45 in that range. It really depends on kind of the buyer that comes by. Something on the buy costs like this, maybe like 50 cents. And so this is a Carhartt hoodie in really good condition. There's no stains or holes or flaws on it. It's the one, I think it's the K288 model, the one that has the logo on the sleeve. But this is pretty heavy. It probably costs $4, and something like this probably can get somewhere between 20 to 30. And so this item right here, there's actually 3 of them, but I'll count them as one item because I think these came from like the same young family. They were huge Los Angeles Ram fans. So this is just a toddler or a youth Jared Goff jersey. He plays in Detroit now, but what I've learned over the years of just selling sports items, these players have fans all over the world that support them no matter what team they go to. And so this is probably 25 to 50 cents on the buy cost, and I think it still has recent sold comps for right around 20. So this is the first item of this little bundle right here. It's the Jared Goff. And then I'm guessing there was he had a couple of boys that were huge Todd Gurley fans, where here is a size 4, and then they had another son, I'm guessing, where this one is a size 5-6. Maybe it was a situation where he grew out of that one and they bought the upsize, but I highly doubt it. I'm sure it was probably 2 boys. But anyway, this is the 5-6, so 3 jerseys, and most of these are probably 25 to 50 cents on the buy cost, and each one of them should be able to get right around $20 for them. Here's another pair of shoes. This is a pair of G-Force golf spikes. I don't think I've found these before, but I think this model is called the Gallivanter. I think that's what it is. Yeah, the Gallivanter. But anyway, these were brand new. I think these are like $150, but I think pre-owned, conservatively, you should be able to sell these for right around $50, and they are heavy, so these are probably closer to $4 on the buy cost. Put those down there. And then last but not least, here is a Gear for Sports. It's a vintage jacket. but it's from Glacier National Park. This is kind of nostalgic to us. We went here in 2015. We climbed up to one of the highest peaks there on like one of the inclines. If you've ever been there, it's like a hike where you basically go up the stairs and it just goes up and up and up. But anyway, when I kind of seen this, it just kind of brought back memories. And I was kind of doing some research when I was at the bins. I think it's something like this probably can get somewhere between 30 to 40. It really just depends on what you price it at and who comes through looking for it. And it's probably about maybe $3 on the buy cost. So I just kind of wanted to give you a quick video of some items that I found this week, and maybe you can find some of these items in your area. So I appreciate you guys for coming along with me. If you got anything out of the video, like it, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll catch y'all right back here on the next video. Succeed.
This might be all that I know. Think it's okay. I've got a long way to grow. At my own pace. Go the long way. No one taught me how to walk, but I figured it out fine.